So we're just over 3 weeks away from the launch of Black Ops 6, and surprisingly it feels like we haven't seen much marketing for the game at the moment. Aside from recent introductions and trailers for the Replacer, the changelog about the gameplay adjustments at launch versus the beta was the only thing that we've seen officially since the beta concluded. Normally that's pretty out of the ordinary, but with Black Ops 6, surprisingly we've seen just about everything up until the point of launch that we would need to, and what to expect save for some specific details. Things like campaign mission totals or details there, prestige rewards and details there. Those things are likely to be coming closer to the launch of the game as they always do, but in terms of big picture things, we don't really have much more to discuss. I mean, when you look at years prior, we've seen things like zombies, usually in a classical marketing sense from what Call of Duty has done historically, that's usually reserved until like the month before launch. But those bigger things we've already all seen. Black Ops 6 showcased the campaign with a worldwide reveal trailer and the opening night live gameplay walkthrough of a campaign mission. Multiplayer was already revealed and playable with the beta, and zombies was already shown off at COD Next and a bit before then, showcasing both maps coming at launch. Now, the surprising part of this is that while we've already seen a pretty good look at what's coming at launch, we also have kind of seen Season 1's content details and what to expect. Not everything, but a solid outline. Today I want to take a look at that and let you know some of the key details of what's still upcoming post-launch. Drop your thoughts, drop a like, and make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with all things Black Ops 6 as we gear up for the launch here. We're pushing towards 600,000 subscribers with that lofty goal to either hit it or close the gap by launch, so if you guys are part of that nearly 75% of viewers not subscribed, I'd love to have you in the community. But for now, let's get into it. So with Season 1 and post-launch, there are going to be some key pillars of the game going forward from Season 1 to Season 6 and the conclusion of Black Ops 6 that we'll see introduced for the first time with that update. The first of those key pillars is ranked play. Ranked play is one of those things that's usually added, not necessarily at the midpoint of the year, but it's usually around like Season 2 or Season 2 Reloaded, historically speaking, in the last like 5 to 6 years. The last game that launched with ranked play was Black Ops 3 in 2015. Yeah, feel old after that one? But at COD Next, they made this whole big thing about the game's ranked play launching earlier than ever. This will be launching alongside Season 1, stating, "We're excited to confirm that multiplayer ranked play will be coming to Black Ops 6. Not only that, ranked play arrives at the earliest point ever in a Call of Duty title, only a few weeks after launch at the start of Season 1. So, a little bit deceiving on that. Arrives at the earliest point, meaning that it's not coming at launch. So like we just talked about, Black Ops 3 still holding that last mark where it launched with the game, but that's definitely nice. I personally see no issue with this and am totally on board, and I think that gives players a reason to grind out ranked play more so than later in the year. Like, there's probably still that feeling of the game feeling super fresh and that you want to grind it out versus just grinding to grind. Like, I'd say Season 3 to 6, when the new year has turned and interest is kind of dwindling, that point's whenever it just becomes monotonous, tedious, whatever the case. But for me, I think the sooner the better. So it's definitely nice that ranked play, that pillar, will be launching with Season 1. Now, this also kind of goes for Warzone ranked play. We currently have Warzone ranked, yes, but only in the Resurgence format. It's been that way since Season 2, and while it was fun initially, people were definitely surprised that we didn't see anything with Urzikstan and Big Map ranked within Modern Warfare 3's year of support. At COD Next, once again, it was mentioned that this will also be coming with Season 1, though not exactly nailed down like the multiplayer ranked mode has been, stating, "What about ranked play in Warzone? We're excited to bring ranked play to Urzikstan shortly after the launch of Season 1. So, shortly after, that could be a few things. It could be immediately after, like we see the sort of downtime where ranked play isn't live until a couple of hours after a seasonal update kicks off each season. It could be something that it's a few days after, or it could be a couple of weeks after Season 1. For tempering my own expectations, kind of getting in the mindset of what I think will probably happen and not getting my expectations too high, I'd kind of wager this is like a week or so after the launch of Season 1. Though I'd be totally fine with it being sooner, but here's why. Season 1 on the Warzone side of things introduces a lot in terms of a core experience. The integration, all those gameplay and quality of life changes, all those new weapons, and they create an entirely new Resurgence map for this integration and the launch of Black Ops 6 Season 1. So I'm sure they're going to want to have that stuff as the spotlight for a bit that people can jump in, try it out, and of course get used to it. Then after that, I'd wager that period of where familiarity sets in, that's when I'd expect to see the big map ranked introduced. So like maybe 2 weeks or so after the season launches, so you'd have like a 6-week season that's close to a full season, but still slightly shortened. That'd be my educated guess. But ranked play is going to be coming within Season 1 across both multiplayer and Warzone. Now, the other pillars that are there that you'll have the ability to interact with that I don't want to stick too long on is just because its monetization side of things is the Battle Pass and the shop will both be introduced within Season 1 as well. This is something that since Season 1 of Modern Warfare 2019 we have seen. This is kind of a staple and a no-brainer at this point, but just for, again, the sake of being thorough, these are also going to be parts that from Season 1 onward, you're going to be able to interact with. And for those that do have the Vault Edition here of Black Ops 6, that's where you're also going to see those tokens added to your token bank as a part of those bonuses coming to the Season 1 Battle Pass. Unfortunately, it's not one of those things where, like, if you know you're not going to play as much in Season 4, 5, or 6, you can't bank those tokens and save them to use whenever you want throughout the year. Instead, they are automatically applied as soon as it redeems that Battle Pass on your account. So just bear that in mind as well. Now, as for the multiplayer side of things here of what Season 1 has on offer, this is where we're low on specifics, but there are a lot of things that point towards, again, the outline of what can be coming. Nuketown, as we talked about a couple of days ago, is likely going to have a full map variation here of it, not just the strike map of Warhead that we see at the launch of the game, but likely before Season 1 Nuketown will be there. But beyond that, there's a leaked handful of maps that could be either legacy code or genuine remasters coming in Black Ops 6 at some point throughout the year. A lot of people believing the latter, since some of these maps were never remastered, so why would they be in the Black Ops 6 or COD HQ game files? Maps like Dig from Black Ops 2 and then World at War, WMD from Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 4, Yemen from Black Ops 2, Hacienda from Black Ops 4, Firing Range from Black Ops 1 through 4, and then Fringe from Black Ops 3. Those have all been found in the game files as of a couple of months ago, so some more since then could be added in, some could be removed, but frankly, I'm cool with any number of those. Some of the ones like Dig and Yemen would be really cool, I think. Personally, I think both super underrated maps, and yes, we did see Dig, that Black Ops 2 version of the World at War map, but beyond that, we haven't seen those remastered, so like, I think that'd be pretty cool to see those ones come back. But also, one thing to consider is that we may also have a few maps that are seemingly heavily influenced by Sledgehammer's map design, because, well, it's been reported that they might be. It was mentioned, rumors have suggested that Modern Warfare 3's final seasons have had a lower amount of new 6v6 maps because Treyarch reportedly has taken Sledgehammer's maps for Black Ops 6 post-launch seasons. It's probably why Season 5 and 6 now only have had 1 to 2 new maps and more variations. Personally, I'm thinking more optimistically here at this one. I don't want to be angry until there's a reason to be angry. So optimistically, I'm thinking maybe this is just to bolster out the map offering with Season 1 and Season 2, in addition to the already planned content. Like, Sledgehammer averaged 4 new maps a season this past year for the most part, which is pretty good by comparison to what we've seen with prior years. Now, yes, you could argue that should be the standard all the time, but just by looking at every season since the seasonal system was introduced with Modern Warfare 2019, or if you want to go further back with Black Ops 4 and World War II and their operations, 4 new maps are pretty solid in terms of quantity by comparing those. So if Treyarch had their work through Season 2, which is likely where they were at, developers are usually about 2 seasons ahead on content, so if they're working through Season 2 at the moment, perhaps they only had like 3 maps allocated for the multiplayer rollout and what they were going to launch with. Take 1 from Season 5 and take 1 from Season 6 of Sledgehammer's offering, and then you have that equating out to the new norm of what Modern Warfare 3 set up. Or again, I guess oppositely, you could view it a bit more skeptically that maybe they really were light on the content and this is just to get it to an even acceptable point. But again, we'll have to wait and see. That's one of those things that I want to mentally cross that bridge when I get there. I don't see the point of getting upset with something that might not even be the case. On the zombie side of things, that's where things get kind of interesting because I'm actually excited to see where this goes. Regardless of what you feel about zombies right now, Liberty Falls, I know, didn't hit very well with the general community. From what I've heard from those that played it early, not me, Terminus was apparently much grittier and not as hand-holdy as Liberty Falls felt. But regardless of whatever you feel about the 2 maps that we'll see at launch that have already been showcased ahead of launch, one of the big things that Zombies has not necessarily struggled with, but has had a little harder of a time grasping it in Black Ops 4 and Cold War was releases of new maps. Why I say that is because we usually only end up having 4 DLC drops for Zombies, 4 additional maps post-launch. But there's 6 seasons in this sort of operation and season era of Call of Duty. There's always that mismatch, but apparently Treyarch have that under control, where they stated at COD Next they have their own plans for zombie-specific events, things that you can interact with, and that they're going to make this a live service game that is dubbed the biggest post-launch experience Zombies has ever received. So that's a tall task to hold up. We've heard that plenty of times, and of course, that's one of those things that cross that bridge when you get there. Believe it when you see it, but it's a nice little audio bite to have for marketing, which is, sure, cool, and hopefully gets us there eventually. The first DLC map, though, apparently was also going to be before the end of 2024, which then puts it in line with Season 1. If the game launches October 25th, likely about a month later, somewhere in that sort of week 3, week 4 time frame of November is when we'll end up seeing Season 1 launch. So that means that by the end of Season 1 could be like the middle of January. But specifically at COD Next, they said that we'd end up seeing, before the end of 2024, another Zombies map introduced. I would imagine this is Season 1 Reloaded, and here's why. Live service focus is what they had mentioned, but one of the big things with Season 1 in particular is all these core pillars and core experiences being added in. Like we just talked about, we have ranked play for not only just multiplayer, but also Warzone coming at big map. We're going to, of course, have our new multiplayer weapons, maps, and all that kind of stuff. So where do you introduce something for zombies that it's not completely drowned out? Well, probably at a Season 1 Reloaded update, where everyone's already played out the new stuff as much as they can. They've already interacted with all that kind of stuff. They're not inundated and feeling like, well, I don't have time for zombies. Instead, that would be a prime time for that to be something that does actually take the focal point. You can push all that marketing of Season 1 Reloaded for that zombies map, and I kind of think that's what they're going to do. So that's the main offering here that you see across multiplayer and zombies within Season 1. And then Warzone, as we've talked about both in this video and before, so not to stay too long on it, you're going to have Area 99 introduced, a brand new Resurgence map coming here that honestly was pretty fun to play around with at COD Next. I'm curious, once people get their hands on with it, what they're going to feel. The Warzone integration with all those weapons, all those operators, all those cosmetics, all that kind of stuff, and now the ability to earn Warzone-specific camos, that's going to be added as well. So you have all that kind of stuff coming at Season 1 also. So again, while we don't have specifics down to every single weapon, every single map, every single operator, every single battle pass here, like we will have a couple of weeks after the launch of the game, surprisingly right now we have an actual decent outline of what to expect for our first season of content with Black Ops 6. So just wanted to recap that here a bit with you and let you know what you needed to. So that's where we're going to wrap it up. Let me know your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of Season 1? Is there anything in particular hoping to see at the launch of Black Ops 6 or shortly thereafter within Black Ops 6 Season 1? Let me know your thoughts. And if you guys enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on the video. And if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Black Ops 6. As we gear up for launch, we've got a lot upcoming that I don't think you guys would want to miss. So I'd love to have you in the community. For now, though, thanks so much for watching. My name's Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care and peace.